So you can come up to the front of your chair so that your sit bones are grounded and your feet are flat on the floor. And just relax your hands in your lap or down by your sides. And we'll take a few moments with eyes closed. And take your time settling in. You might bring some attention down to the base of your pose, feeling where your feet touch the floor, feeling what's touching the chair. From that grounded base, lengthen all the way up through the top of your head. You might feel as though the top of your head were floating, so you continue to lengthen. Without losing any of that height, just take a scan through your torso and see, is there anything to release? Can you relax your face? Can you let your shoulders drop? Letting go of any unnecessary effort. And we can begin this practice much in the way we might start a meditation, with an intention to be present with what's happening right now. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered onto something else, as soon as you notice, just invite yourself back, feeling this breath, feeling your body where it is right now. And you can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout the practice. So let's start by turning the head one way, looking as far over your shoulder as you can. So shoulders are square to your front, but you're rotating as far as you can. You might even stretch your eyes by looking back. And then turn the other way as far as you can. Looking over your shoulder, but still sitting tall, chest is square to the front. Let's go back to the first side. And one more time, back the other way. And then back to center. Now drop one ear over to the other shoulder. Both shoulders are dropping, but a little bit more through one side. So you're stretching one side of your neck. You might even reach your fingertips towards the floor. And feel free to lift or lower your chin. So you're actually exploring within the stretch. There's so many different parts of the neck here. What's interesting, what's useful. Then rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop. Now a little bit more through one side, maybe reaching those fingertips towards the floor. So any movement, any adjustment is going to have an effect. So you can direct your experience. Let's rotate chin to chest, back to the first side. And go back and forth a few times, half circles or 3/4 circles, watching the sensation move from one side over to the other, seeing where you feel this throughout your back, your shoulders, your neck. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace fingers behind your head and then let the weight of your arms just fall towards the floor. So the rest of the spine, right up to the base of the neck, is nice and long. And then the weight of the arms is just hanging, stretching the back of the neck. Release the arms down, head floats back up, and let's lift the shoulders up and then roll them back and down. We'll do this a few times. Big shoulder circles up and back and down. Up and back and down. One more. Okay, let's take the right arm up. We're going to bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow and take it back as far back as you can. Now, as you do this, notice if the ribs are jutting out. If so, see if you can drop them down, ironing down through the front side so you're still equally long through front and back. Still feel your sit bones into the chair, lengthen up away from that. And then release. Right arm up, open it out, and take it across. And you can hook with the other arm, hugging in as close as you can. As you do this, draw back through your right shoulder so you're still square across the chest and you're hugging in as close as you can, looking for a stretch on the upper arm. And then release, arm out, rotate your thumb to point down, wrap it around behind your back. So back of your hand is at your waist, interlace fingers at your waist. Pull your knuckles around towards the front, elbows go towards one another, and then circle your shoulder, your right shoulder, just putting a little movement in a place that may be creaky. So we want to seek out that range of motion that may not come into day-to-day activity. So we keep some range of motion in all the joints. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back, open up the chest, and then either stay upright or, if you like, fold forward. And you can fold right over your lap, maybe reaching arms up and away from your back, and you are working with your body. You don't have to have more mobility than you have. You're just exploring the range of motion you have, carefully, gently increasing it when possible. And then release, come up, couple shoulder circles, up and back and down. And then let's take the left arm up. Bend it straight back on itself. Grab your elbow, take it back. Drop the ribs. Now, if you go on autopilot, which happens even when we're doing yoga, you may not go right to your edge. It's very natural to want to avoid discomfort. It's a natural human inclination. So it really takes consciousness to move towards what's tight. And we don't want to blow through our limits, but explore them. Go right up to them. What's possible? Especially those places that are tight, weak, imbalanced. We don't move that way often. Let's release. Left arm up. Take it open and then across. Hook with the other arm. Hug it in close. So part of what we're doing is just simply assessing. Getting into our bodies and feeling around. How is it in here? And then with that information, we can take good care of ourselves as best we can. Increasing mobility, strength, balance, health and well-being, just as much as we can. Let's release, arm out. Thumb points down, wrap it around. This time when you go to interlace your fingers, try the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. Elbows go towards one another, and then circle the left shoulder. Keeping fingers interlaced, reach both arms back. Open up the chest, and then either stay upright or fold, whatever amount. Going towards your edge, breathing there. Can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady? And then release, come up. A few shoulder circles up and back and down. Up and back and down. Let's bring hands in front. We're going to interlace fingers and then put some pressure between the arms like you're going to pull them apart. And you can hopefully feel this between the shoulder blades, spreading the shoulder blades, and also bring some attention to the rib cage. As you inhale, think about spreading the rib cage. Those little muscles in between each rib, the intercostals, bringing some aliveness there. Last deep breath. And then release. Bring your arms out to the side. Flex your palms so you pull your fingers up towards the ceiling as strongly as you can, really pushing out through the base of your hand. You might even feel a little tingling through the forearms as you do this. Reach your fingers up as much as you're able. And then curl fingertips down, pulling the knuckles in, still reaching out from the center of the chest. One more time. Flex fingers up. Curl fingers down, and then a few big wrist circles, flexing and stretching all the muscles of the forearms, go in both directions. And then release, arms down. Let's take a side bend. We'll bring the right arm up and over. And you can use your left hand either on the chair or wherever you're able to support you. But try and keep both sit bones grounded. So you feel your right sit bone into the chair, reaching right fingertips away from you. And then circle your arm back behind you, as far back as you can. One more big one. And then release and go the other way. Left arm up and over. Both sit bones grounded. Yawning out past the left fingers, and then start to circle your left arm back behind you, as far back as you can. And any of this that is working for you, any of this that feels useful, anything you can remember, you can just pepper into your day. Anytime you're sitting at a chair, you can do a couple arm circles, anything you remember here. Let's release, come up and take a twist. So we'll bring the right hand across to the left knee, and then bring your left hand somewhere on the chair behind you, wherever you're able to reach. Inhale, sit tall, and then exhale, rotate. And breath by breath, see if you can still keep lengthening and twisting. Each inhale, more length. Each exhale, deeper twist. Keep twisting in this direction, but turn your head the other way, like you're wringing out your spine. And then release and switch. So left hand across. Right hand to the floor, to the chair behind you, wherever you can reach. Inhale, sit even taller. Exhale, rotate. And then breath by breath, more height, deeper twist. A little more length, a little bit more rotation. Keep going in this direction, turn your head the other way, wringing out. And then release, back around to the front. Let's cross the right ankle above the left knee for a right outer hip stretch. So we want to sit tall and then fold forward. It's okay if your back rounds a little bit, but keep going towards length, towards folding. And you can support yourself with your hands or elbows or in some other way. Continuing to look for length, look for folding, and hopefully feeling a stretch on the right outer hip here. Let's sit back up. Extend that leg forward and then flex and point your right foot. Circle your right ankle. A couple big, slow circles, both directions, sitting tall as you do this. And then release and switch. So we'll cross the left ankle above the right knee. Lengthen and fold whatever amount. Keep going towards length, towards folding, feeling what's being stirred up here. We'll sit up, extend that leg out, flex and point your left foot. Deep flex, full point, and then a few slow, complete ankle circles. Go in both directions. Okay, let's go ahead and scoot back onto the chair so your back can rest against the back. And we'll do a little facial massage. So if you have anything on your face, glasses or something, you can take it off. And we're going to rub the palms together, getting some heat and energy in the hands. And then place the palms over the eyes, sealing out the light and encouraging your eyes to not only close but relax. Eyes can get overworked by looking at screens or looking close up for long periods, and this is one way to help alleviate eye tension. Keeping eyes closed and relaxed, you can bring your fingertips to the center of the forehead and rub from the center towards the temples, and then keep coming back to the center and massaging towards the sides of the face. You might use your fingertips or your thumbs. You can play around with how much pressure you use. Different parts of your forehead. If you find a tender place, you could hold it with steady pressure or little circles. And then bring your fingertips to either side of the nose, pressing into the sinus area, pressing and spreading towards the sides of the face. And then working your way along your cheekbone, feeling your cheekbone and following it to the side of your face. Finding where your cheekbone, where your jaw connects to your skull, that hinge joint just under your ear and all around there can be quite tender. Strong jaw muscle, little pressure points under your ear. You might even give your earlobes a little squeeze or pull. And then you can work your way along your jawline, give the chin a little pinch or press. And then take the heels of the hands and make a few big circles into the cheeks, massaging the cheeks into the cheekbones and teeth. And then go back over any area that need a little extra work. You could also give your scalp a rub, like a dry shampoo, using your fingertips to give a little rub to the head. You might give your neck and shoulders a squeeze. When you're finished, smooth over the face. You might imagine you just washed your face, wiping away the water, wiping away any last bit of tension. Go ahead and shake it out of your hands, relaxing the hands and arms. If you like, you could give your forearms and hands a little rub after all that hard work, all the work your hands and arms do for you. And then we'll just relax back into the chair for a short relaxation to close this practice. So if you need to adjust anything in your body, your clothing, how you're sitting, you can get as comfortable as possible, eyes closed, hands relaxed in your lap. You can let go of the control of your breath for a few moments, letting go of doing anything. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a couple more deep breaths, bringing some movement back into your body. Maybe move your wrists and ankles. Maybe take a big stretch through your arms. Let's scoot back to the front of the chair. Sitting tall, we'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining me for chair yoga.